Excuse me, Jess, but there's something I need to tell you about. Don't worry, it's wonderful news for you. Actually, there's a very special present that I'd like to give you.
Hi there, Caroline. Hey, you were pretty busy at the funeral, so I never got the chance to tell you this in person, but I'm so sorry that Chloe and her husband passed away. Ever since I first met Chloe, we always had a good relationship. She was the best sister-in-law I could have hoped for. I couldn't believe my ears when I first heard about the car accident. But as shocked as I am, I'm sure you're taking it even harder than I am, since she's your daughter. Come to think of it, I hadn't seen her in person in quite some time, maybe even since our wedding. The first time I ever met her daughter Sally was at the funeral. Sally sure is a strong little girl, though, isn't she? She didn't cry a single time during the entire service.
Strong? Oh, goodness me. Jess, you're under the totally wrong impression. She's not strong at all. She's simply not bright enough to understand the situation.
Excuse me? What are you saying?
I'm saying Sally's got one of those learning disabilities, I'm not sure which. Didn't you think it was a bit strange that she's already 5 years old, but she barely speaks at all? And I must say, she doesn't look a thing like my daughter. If I had to say, her unfortunate looks and her disability remind me much more of Taylor than Chloe.
Caroline, Taylor may be your son, but he's my husband. I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't talk about him like that.
Like what? I was only telling the truth. And if you're wondering why you didn't see much of Chloe recently, there's a very good reason for that. You are a high school dropout, while both Chloe and her late husband were elites. They both graduated from Ivy League universities and worked as executives in one of the largest companies in the country. So you see, the two of you are practically a different species. Monkeys spend their time with monkeys, elephants spend their time with elephants, and birds spend time with birds. It's no surprise that Chloe was avoiding spending time with you. I mean, what upstanding person would want to waste a single second of their precious time associating with the dregs of society?
Wow, that's certainly an interesting way to speak to your daughter-in-law. But even if what you're saying about her not wanting to speak to me were true, I would still be sad about her passing just the same. My husband lost his sister. Anyway, I hope you take the time you need to accept your daughter's death. Maybe once you're in a better emotional place, we can have dinner together sometime.
I'll pass, thank you. But anyway, about the present I wanted to give you.
Yeah, that's right. You did say something about a present. I'm grateful for you to be so thoughtful of me. Can I ask what it is?
It's Sally.
It's Sally? What do you mean it's Sally?
I mean just that. Sally is your present. That nuisance is your problem now.
What's going on with you, Caroline? Even if you're still dealing with your daughter's untimely passing, that's no excuse to talk about your 5-year-old granddaughter like that.
Yet again, Jess, I'm just speaking the truth here. I thought she would be a perfect fit for you two. Taylor is a disappointing son, and you're imbecile high school dropouts. A little girl with a learning disability would be right on your level.
Caroline, you are way out of line. I don't even know where to start. I guess the first thing I'll say is that you are dropping this on me way too suddenly. But still, the worst thing is about the way you're talking about us. I can take your slings and arrows, but Sally is just a little girl. I don't care that she has a supposed learning disability. She's a young child who's just lost her parents.
And that's exactly why I'm dumping her on you. Oh, excuse me, giving her to you. You both dropped out of high school, so you must be a colossal idiot. And that means you shouldn't mind taking in a child who's got roughly the same IQ as you do.
Why are you bringing up my educational attainment right now? I don't see the connection to this conversation. But if you must know, there was a very good reason for me to drop out of high school. And being Taylor's mom, you should also be aware of his situation. He got sick in his junior year of high school and couldn't attend school for a few months. So you and your husband kicked him out of the house, leaving him to fend for himself. Since he had to work in order to support himself, he had no choice but to drop out.
And why are you dredging up this nonsense? It's all in the past, dear. And I'm growing tired of this conversation, so let's move it along, shall we? You and Taylor have no children of your own, so you've got no reason to turn her away. Consider it a blessing to finally become parents.
Have you talked to Taylor about this yet? This isn't something that I can decide on my own. I need his input too. And furthermore, I'm not even sure that Taylor and I have the finances needed to support a child.
Oh, I fully expected that you two would both be making pitiful amounts of money. What jobs can high school dropouts even do? Janitor, cashier, beggar, drug deal, perhaps drug addicts. You're just proving my case for me, Jess. A defective child would best fit in a defective home with defective parents.
Your daughter was only buried a few days ago. How can you talk about her daughter and your granddaughter in such a cruel and heartless way?
It's quite simple. I see an idiot and I call it an idiot. This matter is already set in stone. I talked about it with my husband and we both agree that you would be best suited to care for Sally. Oh, and just to cut you off, because I know you're about to ask, the answer is no. We will not be giving you a single cent of financial support for taking her in. You'll just have to make things work on your own.
This is not something that you and your husband can decide by yourselves. The whole family should come together and talk about what to do with Sally. I mean, have you even asked her what she wants? I'm sure you've spent much more time with her than we have, right?
Yes, we did see her about once a month or so. Chloe even forced us to babysit the little brat for her a few times.
Again, stop talking about Sally like that.
I'll talk however I please. As I was saying, we've been forced to babysit that little pest, so we know just how much of a chore she can be. And that's why we're giving the honor of caring for her to you permanently. Honestly, you're free to not care for her if you'd prefer. Do with her as you wish. Throw her in an orphanage for all I care.
This is absolutely insane. You wouldn't care if I sent your granddaughter to live in an orphanage? You would really be okay with just abandoning her like that? Aren't you sad at all about any of this?
Of course, I'm incredibly sad about my daughter's death. What kind of a monster do you think I am? But that little monster is no family of mine. And yes, I am totally fine with abandoning her.
My God, Caroline.
Can I make it any more clear to you? I hate that girl. Dying and leaving me to take care of her was quite possibly the worst thing that Chloe has ever done to me. I want her out of my hands as soon as possible. And you two childless dunces are going to take her in. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, Caroline, perfectly clear.
Good, then it's settled. And just to remind you, you won't get any assistance from us. No money, no diapers, no clothes, no toys, no Christmas or birthday presents, nothing. I wouldn't even know what sort of presents or clothes inferior beings like her would even like. I'm sure you'll know what would please her, though.
You've already made yourself clear. Now give it a rest. You don't care one bit about Sally or her feelings. Got it. But it sounds to me like you're disowning her. Is that what you mean? You don't want anything to do with her or us ever again?
I haven't wanted anything to do with Taylor since practically the day he was born. Every step of the way, he was nothing but an inferior copy of his older brother, Caleb. Caleb is a fantastic child. He's bright, handsome, hardworking, everything Taylor isn't. As long as I've got him as my son, I don't need Taylor. He has no place in an elite family like ours. Taylor and Sally are two massive black blots on what would otherwise be a stainless family, and it's time that I removed both of them permanently. So yes, Caroline, it's like you say. You, Taylor, and Sally are hereby banished from this family. Never darken our doorstep with your presence again.
As you wish, Caroline. I've got no interest in sticking around where I'm not wanted. Taylor and I are going to raise Sally with all the love that she deserves.
What's going on with you? Why won't you ever answer my phone calls? It's not just you either. That good-for-nothing son of mine, Taylor, won't answer me either. Well, aren't you going to answer me? I am your mother-in-law, and I am trying to talk to you.
Wait a second. Caroline, is that you?
Yes, it's me, and it's about time you responded to me. I want to see Sally immediately.
Excuse me? What are you talking about?
I never gave you permission to ask me questions. That girl is my granddaughter, and you are going to bring her to me at once. You have no right to keep her from me.
Are you feeling all right? Did you forget to take your meds or something? Actually, I take that back. You were just as insane and unintelligible as this 20 years ago. There's no meds that would fix you now. I don't know if you still have all our old text history saved, but the last time we spoke, you said you never wanted to speak to us again.
I saw the news on TV the other day. Sally is famous now. Why didn't you tell me about her? Common decency dictates that you would keep me in the loop on developments like this.
It does?
Yes, it does. Obviously it does. Sally is my granddaughter.
You cut that relationship off 20 years ago. You left Sally on our doorstep, rang the doorbell, and then got in your car and left. And that was the last we've heard or seen from you. You were clear about how you felt about Sally, too. You said that you wanted to abandon her because of her learning disability.
I did not give you permission to talk back to me. You have no right to keep Sally from me. You're not even related to her. I, however, am her grandmother. She's my daughter's daughter.
Yeah, I am aware of that, but so what? When's the last time you stopped by to see how Sally was doing? Oh yeah, that's right. You never have. I doubt she's even been on your mind once in the last 20 years. You certainly never told us you wanted to see her before now.
Yes, but now I'm telling you that I want to see her. Circumstances have changed. My husband and I have, well, we made a bit of a mistake.
Yeah, you can say that again. You've made so many mistakes that you'll need to be more specific. Which mistake are you referring to?
It's far above your comprehension level. I won't waste my time giving you the details. All you need to know is that we made an unfortunate investment and we've lost everything.
Oh, wow, really? Man, I am so sorry to hear that. I can barely see my phone. I'm crying so hard over your misfortune. Or at least I might be if you were worth crying for. I don't actually care at all about your predicament. You are nothing to us anymore.
You're not nothing. We're family. And Sally is our family too. Now, I demand you allow us to meet her.
How about you explain something to me first? Exactly what does the matter of your failed investments have to do with Sally?
Don't think I don't know exactly what's going on with her. I'm not an idiot like you. I saw her on the news.
Wow, I'm honestly surprised you recognized her.
We watched the news report, then saw the entire documentary they made about her. I can't believe that little girl is so famous now. I mean, my granddaughter becoming one of the world's most prominent artists. My husband and I were absolutely floored when we found out. It's none of your concern.
I'll bet you were. But that brings me back to my original question. What do you want from Sally?
All you need to do is obey my orders. Now, let us meet Sally at once.
Quick, Caroline, without using a calculator, what's 5 plus 20?
It's 25. I'm not a high school dropout like you. I can do basic math.
Good job! Sally is 25 years old now. She's an adult, and she can make her own decisions. If you would like, I can tell her that you messaged us about her. However, I will not do anything to help arrange for you to go and see her. 20 years ago, you tossed Sally aside like garbage because of her learning disability. We still haven't forgiven you for that, and you shouldn't plan on us ever doing so. Now, let me be clear. We were happy to take Sally in. That's not to say there haven't been any difficulties for us these last 20 years, though. All you knew about Sally was that she had a learning disability, and that was enough for you to cast her as a nuisance, pest, idiot, etc. You never had any interest in getting to know her at all, and you remained uninterested in her for all this time.
And we still have plenty of time to make up for those lost years. You're officially being relieved of duty. We'll be taking Sally back from you now.
You've got to be kidding me. You heard Sally made something of herself, so now you want her back? Again, she is 25 years old right now. She is far too old for anyone to be taking her back.
Shut your mouth, you moron! There are things going on right now that a high school dropout could simply never comprehend. Our assets have been entirely drained. We're in the biggest financial trouble of our lives, and we're in our 70s! Don't you get it? Things are only going to get worse for us from here on out if nothing changes. So put on your thinking cap and think, Jess. We are in deep, deep trouble. Taylor is our son, and you are our daughter-in-law. That means you have the moral obligation to do anything in your power to help us. And not just you, Sally, too. She's our granddaughter.
Okay, so let me see if I've got the situation right. You and your husband made some bad investments and are now dead broke. And now that you've learned that your granddaughter is now a world-famous artist, you want to meet her. Presumably so that you can beg her for money. Is that right? My God, Caroline, I have never met anyone so self-centered and greedy as you. Just what do you think Sally is, anyway?
Stop talking back to me and do as I say. And I say that I want you to set up a meeting with Sally for us. Our savings are dwindling closer and closer to zero every day. At this rate, we won't even have enough money to pay for our prescription medications.
And what about your older son, Caleb? You told me 20 years ago that as long as you had him, then you didn't have any need for Taylor. And we were more than glad to take you up on that. We've been really enjoying the last 2 decades of not having to deal with you. But what's this now? You're out of money? You need a handout? Okay, fine. Go and ask Caleb to bail you out. You're much closer to him than you are to us.
Caleb quit his job.
Uh-oh. He did? What happened?
It was a complete surprise to us. He did it without saying anything. He gave us some nonsense excuse about how he was depressed or something. I had no idea he was such a child, but that's not even all of his problems. He divorced his wife, so he has to pay her child support every month, and that's after she had already taken him to the cleaners during the divorce. And now he's telling us that he's not going to be able to support us anymore. I can't believe it. This is the worst betrayal I've ever experienced. We've given him everything that he could possibly want. We raised him to be an elite like us. We invested an unbelievable amount of money in his future. So there you have it, Jess. My good daughter went and got herself killed in a car crash, and my good son has turned out to be an utter disappointment.
I see. So since you're all out of good children, you're forced to resort to relying on your other child. Oh, and the granddaughter that you abandoned. I have to say, Caroline, I always thought you were a real slime bucket. But wow, I was being way too generous to you. I think I need to go find the nearest literal bucket of slime and apologize to it.
You're going to have to fix that nasty attitude of yours very soon. It's not going to be much fun living together if you constantly make that sort of snide remark to me.
Back up, Caroline. Living together? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about our future living arrangements. We've lost everything and can't afford to make the payments on our mortgage anymore. And since Chloe is dead and Caleb may as well be, that means that Taylor is obligated to take us in. Speaking of Taylor, I've been trying to get a hold of him, but he won't answer my calls. Be a dear and tell me your address. I tried going to your old apartment, but it seems as though you've moved elsewhere.
Yeah? About Taylor not answering your calls. He blocked your number. He said it blocked for 20 years now. So I guess it's less that he won't answer your calls and more that he's just not getting them. The only reason I didn't block you was that I didn't care about you enough to push the block button. But Taylor, oh, he's another story entirely. He is really mad at you. You hurt him a lot.
You must be joking! Taylor blocked me, but I'm his mother!
You're a bit too late to play the mom card, I'd say. Maybe if you had been any sort of a mother to him at any point before 20 years ago, he might still want a relationship with you. So I'll thank you to stop trying to be a mom only when it's convenient for you. Frankly, as far as we're concerned, you don't even exist anymore. You're dead to us.
That's horrible! How could you say such a thing to me?
Oh, I'm the horrible one? Am I? How about you take a second to reflect on all the things you've done and said to Taylor, Sally, and me? Then we'll talk about who's horrible. And not that it matters anymore, but let me tell you something about Taylor. You dismissed him as a failure, but the truth is he is one incredible human being. After you kicked him out, he got his GED, went to college, and now he's working as an engineer in a well-established company. He doesn't just give his all at work either. He's a fantastic husband to me and father to Sally. In a way, he should probably thank you for kicking him out. Getting you out of his life was the best thing that ever happened to him.
Taylor is an engineer now? That's unbelievable!
Maybe to you, but I saw his promise from the moment I first met him. He is a good man, and he deserved way better than what you gave him.
That's not what I meant. What's unbelievable is that Taylor made something of himself as an engineer, and neither you nor he told me about it.
There you go again, demanding constant updates from us. What did you think it meant when you said you never wanted to speak to us again?
That was then, and this is now. Now, Sally is a world-famous artist. She's being featured in exhibitions around the country and around the world. If she's that prominent of an artist, she must be making more than enough money to support us. All you need to do is give us a chance to talk to her, and we'll take care of the rest. So stop all this nonsensical back-talking and do as I say.
Taylor and I were still in our mid-20s when you demanded that we take Sally in for you. We weren't in a very good financial position back then, and it was really hard for us to make ends meet.
And what of it?
When we suddenly had a child thrust upon us, we had no choice but to work harder than we ever did before in order to support her. But even with as busy as we were, we still took the time to get to know Sally and really be there for her. That's how we came to realize her talent. We cut enough money out of our expenses to be able to afford to send her to art school. And almost overnight, her innate talents bloomed like a field of spring flowers. Where were you all that time, Caroline?
I told you things are different now.
Some things are different, yeah, but you're just the same as you always were. And I'm not wasting any more of my time talking to you. Nothing good is going to come out of it. I'm only getting more and more frustrated as this conversation drags on. I'll tell Sally that you texted me.
That's not all you need to do. Get her to come and talk with us. Tell her not to hold some petty grudge over what happened 20 years ago and take care of her grandparents.
I'll tell her that you said that too. I'm sure she'd like to hear that. So I told her that I'd pass on her message, and that was that. I'm sorry to bother you with something like this. I know you're busy with work. It's completely up to you whether you want to meet them, support them, or have any sort of relationship with them. You're your own person now, and we'll respect your decision. You don't need to worry about our feelings at all, Sally. You just do what you think is best for yourself.
Thanks a lot for telling me that, Mom. As for meeting with them, well, I'll think about it.
Go right ahead, sweetheart. And like I said, your father and I won't try to push you either way. But I will just say one thing. Be careful, especially with money issues. If you give them even just a little bit, they're going to keep coming back for more and more and more. It's like those signs at parks telling people not to feed the animals. I don't like talking ill to you about your grandparents, but I just thought I should give you some motherly advice.
It's all right, I understand. You were saying that Grandma and Grandpa make some bad investments, right? And they lost all their money thanks to that?
Well, yeah, that's what she said anyway.
Do you know what that investment was?
Oh, no, actually, I never thought to ask.
It turns out part of their failed investment was actually a project related to the art school that I support.
Really?
Yeah, a guy came to the school's administration offering to build a new art studio. He said they could use it to host exhibitions and lectures from famous artists, and that the school would make a lot of money from it. He even went around trying to get funding from local investors and other wealthy people, like Grandma and Grandpa. The whole thing was a scam, though. The school found out he had no connections at all and cut him off, but not before he scammed quite a few people out of a lot of money.
Wow.
I'll bet they didn't even know about my connection to the school when they gave him their money. Isn't that ironic? Got swindled by the guy who was trying to swindle me.
Sally, why do you know about all that?
About the scam artist? The school dean told me about it when it happened.
No, I mean about your grandparents getting scammed. We didn't even know about that. So how did you find out? Have you been looking into your grandparents or something?
No, that's not it. I was there when the police came to talk to the administration. They had a list of names of people that had been scammed by the same guy. I wasn't supposed to see it, but I couldn't help but notice Grandma and Grandpa's names.
Ah, I see.
Hey Mom, do you remember what I used to like to draw when I was a kid?
When you were little? Of course I remember. You were always drawing pictures of fields of flowers with lots of butterflies flying around. They were so adorable.
That's right. I'm glad you remembered.
But why are you bringing that up now?
The truth is, what I was drawing was something that I dreamed about a lot. It was a dream that I had just about every day. It was about my family when I was young, like my real mom and dad.
Your real mom and dad? You mean your parents that died in that car accident when you were 5?
That's right. I remember that my birth dad always played with me, hugged me, and told me he loved me. But my birth mom, well, she was always teaming up with Grandma and making fun of my dad.
No way.
They would shout at him too, saying that it's his fault that I was the way that I was. Even when Grandma wasn't around, my birth mom was always angry and nasty to my birth dad because of me. She never loved me. All I ever was one big disappointment to her.
Sally, there's no way that your birth mother thought that way about you. I didn't talk to her very much when she was alive, but she was always kind to me.
Well, I can understand why she wouldn't want to let everyone know she hated her own daughter. But I think you just find it hard to believe because you're such a good person. My birth mom and Grandma were nothing like you. You would never throw me away just because I was different.
But, Sally, those memories would all be from before you were 5. You've never talked about this before. I thought you always said that you didn't remember anything about your birth parents.
Yeah, I'm sorry for not being truthful with you. But yeah, the truth is that I do remember a lot, even from before I was 5. So I remember exactly what sort of people they were. All the mean things they said and did to my dad and me, I remember them like they happened yesterday.
I'm so sorry for that, Sally.
But back to my dream. That field full of flowers and butterflies is a place I actually went with my dad. I guess I keep seeing that dream so often because it's basically the only happy memory that I have.
Wow. Thank you so much for opening up with me.
I'm sorry I said my real dad before. I hope you didn't take that as an insult to you. You guys took me in when no one else would, and I'll always be grateful to you. You guys are my real mom and dad.
It's all right, Sally. I know what you meant. You might not be our biological child, but I consider you every bit my real daughter, too. If there's ever anything you want to talk about, don't be shy. Both the good and the bad. I'm here for you, okay?
Thanks, Mom, for everything. You guys made me what I am today.
And you did the same for us, Sally. I don't know what we would have done with our lives if you hadn't come to live with us.
Jess, we need to talk. It's urgent. We're getting evicted from our home. Did you talk to Sally about us? When will she come see us?
I don't know. Whenever she feels like it, I guess.
I can't wait that long. We thought we could sell the house to pay off our debts, but the bank is seizing it. We have nowhere else to go. Tell me your address so I can have our things shipped there.
Not a chance.
Will you stop acting like a child and listen to me? We are about to become homeless. Don't you care at all?
No, actually, not in the slightest. I told you before, you are dead to us. Whatever happens to you now, you have no one but yourself and your bad deeds to blame. You made your bed, now you can lie in it. Oh, wait, you're getting evicted, so you won't be able to sleep in your bed anymore. My bad. And now that I've gotten one final burn-in with you, I'm blocking your number.
You can't do this. At least give us Sally's phone number.
I already gave her yours. If she wants to talk to you, then she can. It's all up to her. And with that, I am leaving you to deal with the well-deserved consequences of your actions. My in-laws lost everything. Their money, assets, house, everything but the clothes on their backs. Apparently one of Caroline's cousins owns a business, so she's employing them at minimum wage and allowing them to live in their spare room. It's nowhere near the glamorous retired life they had imagined for themselves, but it's what they deserve. This is what they get for the way they treated Sally's father, Sally, Taylor, and me. We're glad to finally have them completely out of our lives. From now on, we can focus on nothing but supporting and loving each other as a family.